Alright, what up? SoloRenektonOnly here. I'm doing a coaching commentary review type thing. I don't know exactly what you want to call it. Just so gonna basically it's gonna basically be a replay review. This is someone's replay that they sent me. I'm gonna review it, talk through their plays, talk through some decision making, maybe items to buy, all that type of stuff. Anything that we really notice. So came along with some self-evaluation. This is gonna be like, I believe it's high silver to low gold. So basically says acknowledges his weaknesses. He recognizing when he has kill pressure in lane. So when he can actually like just go in and kill someone. Macro map awareness. He says he sucks at looking at the mini map. So those are some things we'll probably look out for this game. See if he's dying constantly to ganks and stuff that like walk through wards maybe. He says his strengths, in his opinion, are micro mechanics in lane, zoning, trading, pressuring over CS, wave control, dirty farming, their jungle, runes, masters, build. I mean, 90% of the knowledge I get straight from your stream, and I consider them reasonable. Yep. Objectives. Yeah, and he says his objective control is pretty good. So let's just hop right into it. We're going to be spectating Electro Bruin here. So let's see. Play it out. Speed it up a little bit. Okay. So let's see. What's the matchup here? We got Renekton versus Aurelia. Okay. Just make sure your runes and shit are fine. Okay. Alright. So let's speed it up a little bit. Get to lane. Not much is going on right here. Longsword 3. Yeah, that start's fine. You can... So she has teleport. I like that start. Sometimes you want to go Doran's Blade in this matchup if Aurelia takes Ignite, because you can end up getting really screwed over because of her true damage, and the extra health from Doran's Blade lets you survive it a little bit easier. But let's speed this up a little bit. So she's going to be leashing. Your jungler's starting bot side. So this is something you're probably going to be able to notice right away. Let's just look for it. Like, she's going to be late to lane, so it's going to give you information right off the start. Like, right here, you should already be signaling something. Like, it's weird that she's coming late. Yeah. So, like, right here, you should already know which way Fiddle started. So you know that he's going to start on his blue side, clear his whole blue jungle, and then it's a Fiddlestick. So it's highly unlikely that he's going to counter jungle. I guess he could, because he's into, like, the only other champion that's a weaker earlier jungler than he is, in, like, Rammus. So I guess he could invade, but most likely we know that he's going to be going toward his red side jungle, or he's going to do a full clear of blue, back, get the extra jungle item, and then go clear red side. So you can kind of assume that you can play aggressively until like 4:30, and maybe even longer in this spot. So you kind of have complete control over this lane. So just one thing really quick off the bat that you can figure out, just by this guy coming late to lane. I mean, I guess he could just come late to lane anyways, but majority when this happens, you know that they're doing a jungle camp. Nice auto Q. I like it. Whoa, that was rough. Hold up. So after you auto Q, there's no sense in walking back up again. Let's watch again. So you auto Q here. I think I understand what you're going for. You're running Thunderlord, so you want another auto attack. But the thing is, you set him up. Aurelia's always going to start E, and you just set him up to easily hit the Equilibrium strike. So you're always going to get stunned when you go for this auto. Then you cancel the last one. That was a little bit of just a micro misplay. You could have gotten the last auto and got Thunderlords, and this trade would have been a little bit better, because you would have gotten about your auto attack plus Thunderlords at this point. You would have gotten probably about 110 damage extra. So you're still a little bit behind. Pop your potions here. Even the Aurelia misplayed. She should have had her potion ticking. She could have got extra damage. What'd you take at level 2? Oh, you took W. Okay, I like that. W in this situation is good. You know you don't need E because the jungler is really unlikely that he's going to gank you because he started blue side. That's nice. Auto Q, run away. You missed an auto attack. You could have got a little bit extra damage. The trade would have been almost exactly even. And you would have taken the same amount of trades on the way out. So one more auto attack before you Q. Q'd a little bit too early. Yep. I like that you're just popping these potions immediately. Out even in CS. Both you guys are not necessarily doing the greatest at last hitting. On this first wave, you can get... this is the third wave right here, so you can have 19, and you have 10. Whoa. Got Aurelia play, though. Let's rewatch that. I was talking during the beginning part. Again, you can sneak an auto in there in between your Q. Just get one extra auto. If you got that one extra auto, you maybe would have killed her. You definitely would have killed her if you flash autoed at the end. So yeah, there's an auto, like before this Q, I'll show you. It's before this Q that you can get it off, and she'll still be stunned because you're stunning with your Fury. So watch. You're gonna, here, let's get this off the screen. So you're going to dash in, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use your W on your Fury, right? So you're going to get the increased timer on the stun, which allows you to get that extra auto attack before the Q. So you really need to not miss out on that, because it's a lot of free damage that you're going to miss out on. And then in the upcoming patch 6.1, when Fervor's back, it's going to be even more damage that you're missing, because you're missing the extra damage off the Fervor, and thus decreasing the rest of your damage after. So see, it was like auto, Q, and then you dashed out. You can like auto, Q, auto... Or sorry, you auto W'd, Q'd, and then dash out. So you can dash, auto, W, hold up. I'm confusing myself trying to say it. Give me a second. Alright, so it's dash, stun. Yeah, so that auto right before the Q is what you could have gotten. And you could have gotten a stun before, auto before the stun. But that one you probably don't want to do against Aurelia. Against like every other champion, you probably want to do dash auto stun, because obviously you get increased damage and the auto clips your W, so you're barely missing any time. But the thing is, it's good not to do it against Aurelia, because it gives enough window for her to E you and stun you during your auto W. So it's better just to dash W. So I like that, but you definitely need to sneak that auto attack in, because if you do, watch how much damage we'll get off in the end here. You would have either been able to kill her or flash auto and finished her off. So where's the play button? There we go. So she goes like super ham because she has a gap close to a minion. Big mistake. You can just ignite her. I guess maybe if you waited a second on the ignite and you like autoed once first and then ignited. Because I think the ignite signaled her to get the fuck out of there. So. Ooh, Rammus gank. This is going to be good. Wow. You got really lucky. You got a little bit lucky about that interaction. The way, it's a good way to use your W as SRO in this matchup. But you were kind of late. You get your stun off during your W because you input buffer. So I'll show you. So you were actually stunned by Aurelia, but you input buffered your stun, so it still went off. So we'll watch a nice slow-mo. This is actually nice input buffering. So you dashed, but you already right-clicked right there. So as you dashed, you already right-clicked. So you got stunned, but the right-click went off during the dash, so it input buffered it in. See, that's like a weird interaction between her E and your W. Like, you can do this often. That's why a lot of times it's really good, like when she walks up to trade with you, if you just W, because she's going to E you and you're going to W her. So you basically trade stuns, and then you come out ahead. Because basically how she wins these trades is she stuns you, and then she gets like 2-3 auto attacks while you're stunned, and that plus the true damage. But if you can trade stuns and she's not getting free damage on you while you're stunned, it's really, really good. So overall, that's fine. I mean, trading when you're ahead there, I don't know. Like, you have lane control. Like, you probably don't need to go all in for one. I mean, you do really get a nice situation that it kind of happens here, because this is going to end up shoving to you. So I guess it was pretty good because you came out ahead in CS. Your CSing is very bad though right now. At this point in the game, we're at like 4 minutes and 30. You can have like 30. You should have like 25 to 30 CS right now. You're gonna be coming back to a big wave, which is gonna be nice, and you're gonna catch up a little bit. But in the early game, you got to focus on when you're harassing. You got to make sure you're harassing and getting your last hits too. So speed it up a little bit as you guys run back to lane. Oh man, you should identify this immediately when you get back to lane. So first thing you should do when you get back to lane here is click on Aurelia and look at her items. So you see that she just bought 250 mana after you just killed her. And what did you buy? Yeah, 25 AD. There is no way. You should be so aggressive. You should be telling your jungler, there is no way Aurelia can handle me right now, and I'm going to smash her. She has no combat stats against you. She has movement speed. That doesn't help. That's not damage. That's not health. She has mana. That's not damage. That's not health. And she has a corruption potion. That's a tiny bit of damage and then health over time. But that's nothing compared to like this much AD. So I would tell my jungler to come. You got a perfect situation right here too. Since the last time he died, you had the wave shoving to you. So right here, Rammus should just come right up. Yeah, it looks like he gets the memo. Pretty easy. Yeah, this should be quite free. So you come in with the stun. Rammus follows up. Auto Q. Here's your second dash. Timeout. What happened? What happened with your second? Did you double dash in? I feel like, honestly, you probably should have just walked into this. Because Rammus is always going to be there. So then you have your dash for escape. Oh, you had time to dash there. You had time to dash. A bit slow on that. You could have had your second dash easily. I mean, you're still going to finish this off. Right? Yeah, you can't get away. You're taking a good angle. I like that. No matter what, it doesn't matter. He's making some cute little plays. Doesn't matter. He's still dead. Oh my god, get him! Oh my... Wow, okay. Use your second E. Oh man. When you're in that CC, you should be spamming your E, so like the second it comes out, you get the dash. Holy moly, I didn't realize it was going to take that long to kill him. Okay, we got him in the end, so it's all good. But yeah, took a little bit. Took a little bit. So yeah, hardcore shove right now. That's what you want to be looking to do. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, good. Missed one. He's probably back. Where are we going? Deep ward and blue? How much gold do we got? Oh, where are we going? What? Wait. Why are we going over here? I mean, you're not really missing out on anything, but... Going on a scenic journey, I guess. I guess you walk down, check for scuttle. I mean, you're not missing anything because the wave's shoving into tower and you're just kind of waiting for it to bounce. Oh, you're going to get yourself in a... Oh, he has no mana. What is he going to do? Oh, if you were in this bush, you could have spotted that. Dash away. Nice. Yeah, you got to keep running. Yeah. It's not really something you want to do against Aurelia. Give her a free gap close. You don't want to... Here. You can just walk up to her. You don't need to use your E in this situation. Like, she's going to let you just walk up to her here. Yeah. Right there, your W range is going to give you all the way to here. So she can't see you yet around this corner because they don't have vision. And it's obvious that she doesn't see you because she's walking toward you, right? So you can just walk up and get the auto W on her for free and not have to worry about your dash. That way when you dash away at the end and she cues you, you have a secondary dash. So imagine, so we'll play it out, right? And we'll just imagine we have our dash still. Imagine we didn't use our dash yet, right? So again, I got an auto in between your Q. So you're going to dash away here. Now imagine if we still have another one. Imagine if that's our first dash, right? Like that's our first one because we walked in, we W'd her, right? She Q, gap closes here. You pop your ultimate, and now when she tries to turn and run away, you have your dash, and you go back in because it hasn't been 4 seconds yet. So imagine having your dash right here, right? She has no stun, she has nothing up. Well, this thing's bugged, but she has nothing up, so you dash back in here, and your W and your E should be back up momentarily too. So Fiddle's coming to join. Take the Q just to run away. Yeah. Do you have a ward right now? Nope. Whoa. 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 Okay. You gotta be a little careful there. They could have cut you off. Fiddle just walks like this. I don't really know why Fiddle's in your lane, to be honest, though. Auto Q. Nice. That was a good auto. Oh, you might still die. Okay. Pretty good at input buffering. Getting stuff done right after your CC. In all honesty, dude, I don't really like plays like this because you're trading 1-for-1 when you're behind. Or, sorry, you're trading 1-for-1 when you're ahead, and they're getting an assist. So this is just like always benefiting them over you. There's like no sense in dying. Plus, you're gonna end up missing a shit ton of creeps too because you have ignite and not TP in this situation. So right here, you just want to be like, okay, well, it's kind of annoying that Fiddle's here, but. You could have done something different too, with your dashes. Here, let's speed it up a little bit. Back to that same spot. Okay. So you could use your dashes differently. The way what you could do is walk into his hitbox and then double dash out. That way, there's no follow up on you. The way she stays alive for so long is because she comes back in. Like she would have died to ignite, but she comes back in with her W and her Q and gets some lifesteal off of you. So, see, that one should have just been back. Because you get the same damage, but you're going back. You don't need the double dash here. She's already dead with this. See that Q back? That heals for a tick, that auto? Yeah. So she was going to die anyways. I would have just double dashed back out, and then you wouldn't even have had to trade here. So yeah, you could have actually won that. Taken her out and stayed alive with like 200-300 health, and got all these creeps under tower because Fiddle's and he's not level 6. Yeah, a little bit of misplay with your E. I don't think you're going to get any of these. Yeah, that's really bad. Oh, you might get some. Oh, you're gonna get quite a few casters actually. All right, so you lost like a wave and a half. Still caught most of them. Like I said, you traded 1-for-1 with someone who you're behind, so they get more EXP and gold off of that, and then also Fiddle gets an assist. So like in terms of global gold, you're giving their team more gold than you're getting for that. And in terms of creeps, you probably missed out on that too. I mean, you're still ahead because obviously, you know, you're winning the matchup quite hard. But yeah, I think he could have survived there. Double dashed out maybe. I like this. Just zoning, just last hitting. Keep your keep your fury nice and high. Ooh. Yeah, because he's gonna come back in on you with the second dash. He could have killed you right there. Do you have ignite up? Yeah, he could have killed you right there. He's really afraid. I mean, I don't know. I guess he has no items, but pretty sure he could have killed you here. He Qs back in with his W up at ease. Like, I think he kills you there. You have this bad habit of using your E. Like, you need both your E's to get away, because she's going to Q once to you, right? So you need to dash again. So you have this bad habit of when you can just walk up and W, you dash forward when you don't have to. A lot of these people will just let you walk up and W them. Like, your W gets increased range. When she goes for a creep, walk up W her, you know? Like, yeah. Because if that happens, like, when she's even, she kills you there. If that happens when she's even, she kills you, or if it's, like, a better player, she kills you. She has a ridiculous amount of damage and healing, even with, like, no items at the moment. So what are we doing here? We're going to get a nice ward here. My favorite ward. Yeah! I love this ward. This is such a great ward. Look at everything it spots. So it spots, and you're going to get Scuttle. That's perfect. I really like what you're doing right now. So, spots out Gromp, spots out Blue Buff, spots out this pathway. So much information on one ward here. Pretty amazing. Look at all this vision it gets. That's insane. And then you're going to come here and do Scuttle Crab. The reason why this is really good is the wave's going to shove to you because there's even creeps on his side of the map. So you have downtime, which basically means you should make yourself useful. This is things you should really try and do a lot because basically you're just farming in top lane, right? Well, how can you get advantages? You can get advantage by killing them and out-farming them. Well, one of the ways to out-farm them is get Scuttle Crabs and get jungles and stuff, right? You're going to make yourself less vulnerable to ganks because you're getting an award. You're getting extra gold here. You're getting more vision, making yourself less vulnerable to ganks. And this entire time, you're not going to miss anything because wave's going to shove out to you. So then you can come back and have a frozen wave here, deny him, and have great vision. Like, this is perfect, you know? Very good job. Very good. you go. Nice auto, then an ability. So yeah, even creeps. So what we see here, 3 versus 3. These 3 are going to die, and these 3 are going to survive because his next wave gets here first. So then it's going to be 9 against 6. So what you want to do right here is it's tempting to start getting aggressive right now, but you need to let this first wave clear out first. Okay? Well, you need to, like, because it's at a vulnerable stage right now with the push, right? If you get too aggressive and you start trying to Q Aurelia here and get like crazy aggro, you're going to end up like messing yourself up and pushing the wave. And then she can just sit under tower and get all those CS. And then if you try and dive her, you know, it's Aurelia under tower. Good luck diving that, you know? So in this situation, I would like to play a little bit passive, let the wave push out for 1 wave, and then the next wave it's going to be meeting up here. And then all of a sudden she has like a double wave. You can start spamming your Q even if it hits creeps and it still won't push because there's enough of an advantage pushing toward your tower. So then you can start zoning and denying her and using your EXP and gold advantage. So let's see what we do here. Yeah, see, I would just even leave these because they're just not taking any damage, so it's just helping you push faster. Or helping his wave push faster, so it's good for you. Yeah, I would have left those range creeps up. Because now you're almost even again. It's still pushing a pushing wave to you, but it's weaker. Like this next wave could have been massive. Oh, you're gonna Q here, aren't you? Yep. I mean, you chunked him, but if you don't get jungle pressure here, it's kind of hard to actually finish up on this. Because she can just pop her potions here. And then even open yourself up to a possible fiddle gank from here. Yeah. Yeah, I would have much rather. Yeah, because then you freeze it. She gets to freeze. I mean, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to flash? Yeah, you can probably kill here with flash. Nice job. Auto Q. I like that. Very good. Very good. You said you were bad at identifying when you could win. I wasn't even really seeing that until you popped your ultimate. That was pretty good, man. Well, I guess it all works out in the end. Aurelia gave you a little. Well, I don't know. She was just, I guess, didn't see you in the bush. Maybe didn't give you enough respect. Good job, though. Now you just want a hardcore shove, though. Maybe pick a tower. Okay. You at least force the TP. Forcing TP here is so good, because then she can't go into this bot lane and help out. So, that shove was really nice. Force out the TP. Bot lane's going to do okay here. Too bad Jinx doesn't have any mana. What the fuck was that heal? Just... Oh, I forgot to use this. Was it one of those? Holy. Let me see what you spent your gold on. What should we have? 1800, 1900. Spot boots. Yeah, that's fine. Probably switch over trinkets here. You're level 9, right? Yeah, switch over trinkets. Blue trinket's much better. So, right at level 9, you want to switch over and get a pink. Pretty much when you pick up this pink, you want to switch over to your blue. Especially since you just dropped another one already. So you get some value out of the cooldown. Auto W! See, you did it again. You have this really bad habit of dashing on people that are right in melee range. That's an auto W all day. Right there, you're in range of auto W. Get an auto before the W and before the Q. Missed 2 more autos. Alright. You just flash. See, this is the big issue here, right? Because when you waste your E like that, you allow them to use their escape abilities. In this situation, Aurelia doesn't really have any. But, I mean, imagine if it's a different champion, right? Imagine if it's... Damn, the Sonic Ball. Hold up. There we go. So imagine if it's like a different champion with maybe like a leap, like it's Jax or something, right? And you use your dash like that, and he jumps to this creep, and then you use your second dash, and then you're barely, like, you know, a stun's width away from him, and he just runs away from you, you know? So you gotta just W there. You can't use your dash too early. You gotta save it. You gotta value the dash. Whenever you can make up distance without it, do so. And then when you really need it, it's when you gotta use it. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have finished this skill. I think you're gonna get it anyways because Rammus is kind of OP. Or you might just finish it yourself. Did you get your auto before that? I don't know if you did. I don't think you did. I think you clipped it a little too fast. Alright. Uh-oh. Wow, that bind did so much damage. Fiddlesticks is such a bad jungler at the moment. He's gonna get buffed next patch, but right now he's so weak. Rammus is just like... Rammus is making plays on the map, while Fiddle tried to like gank you and do not very much. Nice ward. I like this. You want to try and get this tower soon, though. Kind of unfortunate that the wave's shoving away from you, because you're missing a bunch of creeps here. You're like trading the creeps in top lane for creeps in jungle, which isn't really bad. Like, it's just kind of the situation that you're in. Nice. Run to safety before you... Oh, don't go that way. Oh, you crazy. You got vision on him, yeah, because you dropped this nice ward. You can just take this out. There you go. Ooh! Oh. Oh! Okay. Yeah, you gotta back, like, ASAP, though. This guy's gonna hardcore shove. You gotta catch the next wave. Or, I guess, 2 waves from now. This wave, the next one. Alright, how much gold do you have? Finished Black Cleaver. Solid. This guy's stacking a bunch of armor. Even if he wasn't, still really decent buy. You got a nice blue buff here. So, how much CDR do you have? You have like 30% right now, right? Yeah. CSing. Could be much better. But I mean, this is like a relative game thing. Like, everybody CS is pretty bad, to be honest. I mean, at 15 minutes, you know, we don't have anybody over 100 yet. I guess there's been a lot of fighting. Like, there's 11 kills. It's quite a bit. There's been a lot of fighting, but CS should generally be higher. Especially in the early game. You gotta... Those first 3 waves are really crucial. You want to aim for like 17 or 16 creeps on the first 3 waves, because there's 19 total. So you really want to aim for like 17. You had like 10. So those early CS, very, very important. Yeah, I think just shovings here is fine. You can do some stuff and, like, you know, slow push and deny creeps, but there's stuff going on by Dragon. You want to just shove here. Because basically when you see a team fight down... right now you can 1v1 Aurelia, right? Very easily. So when you see the enemy teams grouping up around Dragon, tells you just you want a hardcore shove. Because if you're hardcore shoving, they can only send one guy to answer you because the rest of the team's fighting. And that one guy is someone that you can already beat. So, very easy. Sonic the Hedgehog catch anybody else? Oh, the bind though. Nice. Proxying? I like it. Are you gonna miss the tower though? That would really suck. Okay, you're not gonna miss the tower. Oh shit. What happened? You actually committed? Let's see. Whoa. Oh! Yeah, it's hard to pull that one off twice. She's ready for it the next time. A good try. I like this. You did not. This is like a really good play to get ahead even more. I like this a lot. Got a 2-level EXP advantage. No cannon creep. As long as you're here to getting the extra gold, that's all that matters. Really good denial. If you were better at last hitting though, you could be up so much more. You could literally be up like 60 creeps right here, easily. This is why it's so important to like drive in. This is a nice play you're making. What are you so afraid of? I don't think Fiddle can do anything. He's level 7. Yeah, just kill his ass. That's so valuable. That crushes his ganks, dude. Fiddle's ganks are so bad when he doesn't have flash. Uh-oh. I mean, I guess face checking doesn't matter when you have 2 levels. Why don't you Q right there? Free damage. Good. You had dash too. Or maybe you're afraid of Fiddle. You have a ward here. I guess Fiddle runs around this way. I don't know. I'm not really afraid in that situation. I would get extra damage off there, always. You could chunk out Aurelia. You need to be pressuring this tower harder. You want to be forcing Fiddle to come fight you. I would have cleared out the wave before this. You missed out on 6 creeps. You're going to end up in the same situation. You could have insta-cleared this with Hydra or with T-Mat, and then came. Missing out a couple creeps. You don't need to ult at this point in the game. I do that at like the early levels, like level 6 and shit when you're trying to take it early. But it got, well, I guess it's getting buffed next patch, so maybe you'll have to next patch, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Your ult will be back up in like no time. So what are we buying? Merc Treads I like. They have Fiddlesticks, pretty much automatic Merc Treads. What do we have, 800? 2 long swords and a pink. You should switch your trinket over. Get that pink. That buy took so long. What were you, AFK? You gotta be faster on that. I mean, it's not really gonna matter because you weren't really missing anything. You should do jungle farm here. You should do this. Yeah, good job. I think you're watching your team. Yeah, we haven't been really paying attention too much to your team. Oh, Fiddle, this ult is so good! Too bad you're so weak. Yeah, it's a really good ult, but he's just wicked weak. So you're roaming down. You have the buff, so this is like a perfect situation for you and your team to group up and push. Oh, this is so good. Get in there. There you go. Nice. Okay. Pretty good. I think you could have pressed your advantage harder. It's pretty... I think it's definitely wrong that you're only up 20 CS. I think you could have been up a lot more. That has to do with some of your early... Just your last hitting in general needs some work. Especially the early game last hitting. Maybe drop some of the armor pen if you're running armor pen and you're having trouble last hitting. Just get rid of the armor pen. Just run AD runes instead. That way it's much easier. Because it's a lot of gold that you end up missing. Like you could be up 60 CS here easily. So that's like another 40, maybe 50 more that you could have gotten. Oh, why are we still going forward? Alright, there we go. And like 50 CS is like 2 to 3 kills. So you'd be like 7 and 2 right now. You'd have your Hydra finished, you know? So it's very massive. So last hitting. I don't know what you're running for runes. If you're running like my current page, maybe I would switch out to armor pen because it might not be necessary. But overall, you played quite well. We just pressure a little bit more. And I would have backed way earlier, so I could have gotten that top wave because I'm greedy. Top's bigger than bot, so I would have went top. But Morgana gets it, so it doesn't matter. It's all good. See, these type of plays are very, very, very sketchy. I don't like these plays at all, to be honest. You don't have enough deep vision back here, so you don't really know where like everybody is. Hold up, where's the fog? What team are you on? There you go. So let's see what you have vision of. You literally see Lulu mid. You see 2. There could be 3 dudes right here with Fiddle about to ult over, you know? So this is very sketchy with no wards and wards that are about to time out. And you don't even have it. You're not even like dropping any either. So this is just not the right way to go. Run the safe way, even though you're ahead. No sense in running this scary way. Oh man, that's so scary. There could be 3 people right there. I don't know, man. It's gonna work out fine. It's a bit scary. In a game that was a little bit more even, I'd be more careful in a situation like that, walking in blindly. This is why you want that blue trinket. You still got the other one. You need to get the top lane and shove that in. Oh, this should be a kill. Just lucked into it. Oh, what? No, you did it again! Stop dashing in point blank range. Because now how do you get him? Imagine if you still had dash right now. When your W's up in 1 second, you dash him, you know? It's just these point blank dashes. It's good for, like, I get what you're trying to do for damage, but in this situation, you don't need extra damage. You're already ahead. Like you're gonna kill her. The only way she lives is when she escapes, right? Like if you're standing there fighting, there's no way she ever kills you. The only way she ever lives is when she escapes. So like right there, you could have just walked up, auto W'd her, and you would have just traded both of the stuns into each other. And that was what I was talking about before, because she gets like 2 extra autos where she's not stunned, and that's like with her passive and getting extra health and shit. And you kind of like outplayed yourself a bit too. So you get the W. Do we get an auto? Nope, no auto before the Q. Go a little faster. What happened? Yeah. Oh wait, was that your second dash? Hold up. No, that was your first, right? Let me see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it was your first dash. Okay. And then you didn't use your second one. Yeah, that's the second time you did that too. It was earlier in this play right here where you didn't get your second dash off because you got stunned. Just be mashing that after. Like if you already used it, you might as well use your second one, you know? And then you could have used your second dash to like dash here. So like you were standing with the creeps, so when you tried to queue out to the creeps, you could have just easily followed. And then when your dash comes back up again, when you dash here to kill him, you'd be much closer in range. You'd probably get it. That's probably like the biggest mistakes I've seen you make, really, is that you constantly dash when you're in melee range instead of Wing. You gotta value it. Nice dive. Yeah, you gotta value your dash a little bit more highly. Like, so there's 2 times when you want to use your dash, right? Sometimes you need it for damage, and then sometimes you obviously need it for escapes. Whenever you're like really far ahead and they have no hope of ever winning the fight, you definitely need to think of it as, okay, this is how I gap close. So I need to use this in a manner that's going to allow me to keep up with him, even though he uses his flash, even though he uses his stun. You know, I got to keep up with him some way. But Jinx came in with the no scope, so that was real good. How are we doing with CS? Yeah, just a little bit low. Honestly, now you're in a weird spot where you could have killed him and then shoved top lane. Instead, you're like grouped up with your team. You guys should be able to get this quite easily, though. You need to be down here autoing this. Whoa! You crazy! You crazy. Good thing they're weak. Alright. I guess it all works out in the end. Well, Ghana gave you a nice little shield to keep you around. That dash, though. Yeah, run top. You can grab Gromp and catch this top wave. Auto W, nice. Good combos. Nice and quick. Okay. How much gold do we got? Hey, we got it. It took a little bit too long. 23 minutes in, we swapped. You definitely want to do that like right when you hit level 9. But overall, it's fun. So I'm pretty sure you guys are just going to be trying to clean up this game from now. See what we do. Always farming. I like that. If you just last hit a little bit better in lane, all this extra farming that you do, you'd be so far ahead. I like this player. You can just start coming right now. Yeah, you waited too long. You gave them time to run away. JK. Oh, the Jinx! Dude, this Jinx loves you. I like that play. Let's watch it again. You got your flash up. Pop your ult here. This is the 3rd time we've seen you do this. This is a play you do a lot. I like it. Let yourself build up some rage. Your plan is the flash. I would have went a little bit earlier because then you can make the play under tower and your team can back you up, and it makes it a little bit easier and guaranteed. Like guaranteed. This way it's a little bit harder, and then there's potential that they could outplay depending on what summoners they have up. But it looks like they don't have anything up. Like right here, Ezreal E flashes, you don't do anything, you know. But luckily they don't have anything up. They have no summoners. So boom, shakalaka. That burst though. I think you would have cleaned that up. Should be fine here. You can just go up and fight this guy. Yeah. Nice. Still need to get that auto before you Q sometimes. Like in spots where you have time, You might as well do it. The only time you don't want to get the auto in between the Q is if the Q is going to give all the damage that you need to secure the kill, or if the guy has like a CC or an escape that you're worried that he's going to use before you have time to auto Q. So you miss that auto in between your Q a lot, and then obviously the dashing when you're in melee range. You do that quite a bit too. Good play though. The Rammus is so dumb. You can't get away from me. He just CCs long enough. You should get in there and stun. Nice. Yeah, you guys should have this right here, huh? Woo! Yeah, almost died. Yep. Just back here. You guys can just like walk to Baron or walk and get this. I'd probably just walk to Baron here, because if the enemy comes, all you have to do is stall, and then they get overrun by super minions. So they either, you just stall and they get overrun and they lose that way, or you just stall and they get overrun and they have to send people back and you get free Baron, and then you just go buff up this wave and you can take that. Yep. Yeah, that's you. See, you're making the calls. You know what to do. Good job. Free Baron here if they come. Look at this nice vision that you guys have. That's why the blue trinkets are really good. See, this ward, this is the one I think you were dropping. Someone else dropped it now, but you've dropped this ward like 2-3 times this game. It's a really good ward. Look at all this vision. It tells you if blue's up too. It spots Gromp. It spots this pathway. It spots all the way to right here. So, pretty amazing vision off of one ward. And somehow it gets like around this side too. I love fast forwarding with the Rammus. Nice catch. Yeah, this Rammus jungle went off against the weak Fiddlesticks. Fiddle didn't really do too hot this game. Like every lane won. You wreck top. Yeah, I'm just gonna be pushing this in. See if we get any more action here. It's not too much. Just kind of a closing out of the game. I like this. See, I like this a lot. What I would do here... Oh, never mind. You don't have the wave. Okay, whatever. I still like this a lot. Because what you can start doing is like moving into this spot. And what this does, if you stand just standing here, you don't even have to do anything. Just standing here, it pressures people and it forces them into this little area, right? Because obviously they're not going to stand right there when you're standing here. So, because you're going to dash and kill them. So it forces them into this little area if they want to defend the tower, right? And then as your team moves up, it forces them even farther back, and then all of a sudden, you standing here zone them off of a tower, and you get it for free. So I really like this play. But you should kind of move up a little bit farther, try and zone them off. Real good. Yeah, see? They just have to move away from you. Really good. I like that a lot. I mean, obviously now you're like super far ahead, and it's like easy, but that's something you can apply anywhere. You know, that's a really good play. Okay. Getting that mid inhib now. Yep. Double supers in every lane plus Baron buff should be the game right here. See if we get any more fights. Get an extra garbage kill. I like it. He's doing no damage. You're just standing in it. Yeah. Alright. GG, well played. Overall, things to work on. Your dashes, definitely your dashes. There's a couple times you could have dashed away to live. Like there's one specific in lane when you traded 1-for-1 with Aurelia when the fiddle came. There you could have double dashed away. Then there's like probably 4 times where you were in melee range, ready to auto W, and you used your E instead. So you gotta use your E more as like a gap closer and a way to chase down these opponents instead of like a way to initiate a lot of these fights when you can just walk up to them for free. Like if they're giving you the ability to gap close for free, you know, you take it. Just like if you're standing next to a low HP creep, Aurelia is going to queue on that for free and then get a beautiful trade on you because she gets another gap closer after because hers got reset. So definitely a little bit better. Play a little bit better with your E. Just walk up and W when they're giving it to you. In terms of how you played lane, I thought you played lane good. There was one time where you died when you died 1-for-1. Well, you died 1-for-1 twice. The first one was okay because the wave ended up shoving into tower and it bounced back to you, so it set up a really good situation that you could have used after. So that was really good, the first one. The second one, you didn't have to die. We saw that you could double dash away and survive that. Let me just exit out of this. I don't want to hear the sound. Okay. And then, yeah, the second one, you could have double dashed away and survived. But you got to be a little bit more careful about trading 1-for-1 when you're ahead. When you're ahead, trading 1-for-1 is never good because you basically lose out. You want to look for situations. You got to be a little bit more patient and look for situations where instead of doing the 1-for-1 trade, you can get a better situation. Maybe your jungler comes, you wait like an extra wave for him to dive with you. Instead of going 1-for-1, you get a kill and you don't die, and then you can snowball that lead even harder. Then there was one time in lane where you could have. The wave was shoving to you, and you chose to be aggressive instead. I think you could have just denied there endlessly and gotten like 4 or 5 level advantage. Overall, your last hitting in lane needs a little bit of work, but the rest of it seemed relatively good. You know, you had good objective control. You were stealing a lot of jungle creeps. Your warding seemed good, whether you're looking at them or not. You know, that's something only really you can tell. You know, but your warding overall seemed good. I like that deep ward in the blue area. I thought you played quite well. So. Good game, man. Thanks for the review. I'm numero uno. Had to go to a meeting partway through, so I'll have to watch the VOD tomorrow, but I appreciate the time. All right, no problem, man. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.